Hey Fuzzy Goat family, Melissa here with you on this Tuesday in Thomasville, Georgia. A nice, steamy, hot summer day here. Walked from my car to the shop and was already sweating, like just walking. So it's very steamy and sticky, but I'm glad to be here indoors with you all. With y'all because I'm indoors. I am wearing my extra light bright top, and the reason is I got these new pants last week when I was with my parents, with my mom. Well, I was with my parents, but my mom and I went shopping, and I didn't know what I was going to wear with these pants, but I loved them. And it was so funny this morning. I thought I'm going to wear these pants, and all these sweaters popped out at me, and I decided to wear this one today. So this is extra light, so EXTR. I had a lot of people have trouble finding it, but the light is spelled L-I-T-E, and then bright, B-R-I-G-H-T, top. It's by Wool and Pine. So yes, it was a very fun sweater. If you like the color combinations, we are planning to get some colors that you can do it similar to mine. And yeah, so all right, so I'm excited to be here with you today. I had a great week last week with my family, and Mom and I sat around when we weren't doing errands and out and about, watching tennis, and I got some knitting done, so I got to see lots of family, so that was fun. But I am back in the shop, and we have some of the kits that we had ordered while we were at market that I was super excited about. I'd seen them. We walked around a day or whatever, and then we had trouble finding the booth again. I thought I had written it down, and I think I'd written down the wrong number or something. So we finally found it, and the kits came in today. So in the theme, which I'm pushing for, I'm leaning into it, of Christmas in July knitting, I'm going to show you the new kits. They are up online, and they include the pattern and the yarns you need, except for one thing. So I'm going to show you that first. So this is a stocking kit, okay? Isn't that fun? This uses a worsted weight yarn, and I make sure because they're different. Yeah, this one is worsted weight, and we have the colors for this color scheme. The only thing we do not have is the green for this pom-pom, but you could probably, we do have some green in the Santa's garn if you wanted to add the green, but otherwise there's yarn for these two pom-poms. So this is called Stuff It Stocking. So you get all the yarn you need for it and the pattern. So we have this colorway, and then I grabbed this kit so I could show you. We had her create, because you know we are a Fuzzy Goat. Oh, thank you, Mary Lou. I know, I was like, and I have several other sweaters I can wear with these pants, which is just really funny to me. But we have this colorway too, so to make this stocking. All right, this let's talk about colorways then. This one is called Teal, go figure, and I'm guessing that the other one, this one's called Berry. And again, it's a worsted weight, so I imagine it would go really fast. You can always do duplicate stitch over if you wanted to add a name, but I just think this is really cool. Really cool. I did knit my kids. This is before I was, a proficient knitter. I don't know. I had knit all my kids because my mother had knitted our stockings, my siblings and I, which I still have. So I decided my kids needed it. And what's really funny is, I think it's my son's, who's the last one, and it wasn't intentional, but his stocking is much bigger than the other two. So I don't know what happened there, but we all know it's all about the gauge. So you could add, like I said, you can add a name or whatever to the top of that if you wanted to. All right, so that was the Stuff It Stocking. I'm gonna turn, just look at how happy these little hats are right here. Aren't they cute? Okay, I'm gonna show them to you. This one is a bulky weight. Make sure I'm telling you right. Yes, bulky weight. It's a little Santa Claus hat. It's called Dancing Santa Hat. Okay, Dancing Santa Hat. Isn't that cute? Let me put these over here. This one with the reindeer and the Rudolph. Isn't that cute? These came to us, and she was so organized on how she had, because sometimes we pick out the kits you know, it's been months, and then they come in and we're like, okay, what goes with what again? And she had it all organized for us. This is from, the company is EWE. And this hat is Head to the Sleigh, right? Because you got all your reindeer on there. So cute. I think that, I told you that was sport weight. And we have that just in one color. I think we decided with the hats, we left them, I'm pretty sure, in one colorway. And this one with the Christmas trees, right? It's got a little bobble for the top of the Christmas. It reminds me of my Christmas sweater that I did. This one is Christmas Tree Farm. We have it on hand. I think we're running out of heads. Put that one down there. I'm gonna show you something. Okay, this is the last one. This is also a sport. That last one I showed you was a sport. This one also a sport. Snowy the Snowman. Isn't that cute? I think that's awesome. So anyway, so, you know, join us in knitting Christmas in July. I did cast on. I got a little crazy with my cast-ons, but I'm okay with it. I realized that I did get crazy. I did do my gauge swatch for my Christmas sweater. Maybe I'll just talk about that first. Let's see where it is. Yeah, I'm going through my projects right here. Nope, that's not it either. I should remember. Oh, it's noisy. It's the noisy bag because I have my theme pack in there. That's how I know. Okay. So it was a little overwhelming. And I feel like I might need to do adjustment on my needle. Like I did do a gauge swatch. So this is top down. This is Christmas Bell. And I love how she does the necks. They just roll. I kind of like that. So do I have my pattern out? Yeah. So I did a little homework on the chart because I really wanted to do some different colors. I looked at the projects on Ravelry and it's kind of overwhelming. A lot of people just use like a gradient yarn, which is fine, but I wanted to do the theme pack. So here's my chart. Not too bad. So I had to figure out how I wanted to do this. And of course, this part is going to take the most yarn. So I might have to introduce something for my stash. I'm thinking like a navy blue, which I have. So I might do this color work in navy blue. So trying not to do intarsia, which I don't think I need to do intarsia, but like I was trying to make it as simple, but still fun, right? So I did have to think back because I got ahead of myself with the color work. I am so I am going to use the ladder back jacquard for my carries because I am using a white yarn, which has some speckles of pink in it, if you remember. This is I Jump, You Jump from Knitwise. But I want to hold the color work. I feel like the ladder back jacquard holds the color work further away from the yarn, from your fabric, so it doesn't show through as much. Nancy's asking, I need to find a way to take a chart class from you. I cannot read a chart. Oh, that's actually that might be a really good video to do, Nancy. So normally don't be afraid of charts. Normally they actually tell you how to read it, and this one actually does up here. You always start at the bottom and you read it right to left, okay? And if you're in the round, you always read it right to left. But if you're doing something flat, it gets a little more confusing because you go right to left on the right side, left to right on the wrong side. But in that case, they usually have numbers on either side of the chart to tell you which row you're on. And that's kind of an indicator that you're doing it flat. That's just a quick overview. Okay, so this is what I thought. I'm gonna have a color here. I'm gonna do this a different color. This is the bottom of the bell. I think I'm gonna do that like a gold yellow that I have in my bag. And the Christmas sweater is called Christmas Bell, B-E-L-L-E. Excuse me. It's an Isabel Kramer pattern. Then like I said, I think I might leave the middle of this white because I thought I could do that a different color and do the outside blue. I have this another color, which I think I have it mapped out, and then this another color. So I think this is gonna work. I think I also need to decide, I think I can have a fun color here. These little stripes here, they're fun too. Anyhow, so Christmas Bell, I'm excited. Like you can see, I have a lot of markers, right? Because we're doing increases. I started with the hot pink. You can kind of see I'm going to the teal. Let's see, because you know, those are just my colors apparently. This is what I'm going. This is the hot pink and this is the teal. Then I'll just pull it out and show y'all. I do love color work. I do think I might need to go to a tighter needle, a smaller needle to make it tighter. I'm not sure. I'm going to go a little bit further. The color work is showing up nicely, but I can see clearly that my tension has changed. So I might go down a needle size for the color work here. So I thought, sorry, crinkle, crinkle, crinkle. Was thinking this would be the bottom of my ornament and the top, right? Here and here. So stay with me because I'm hoping I can keep track of all this. And then I think I decided I'm going to do one of these little stars on top, a chartreuse. One of these, I can't decide which one. And I wrote on here, what was the other color going to be? Oh, and then I'm probably going to go back to a hot pink, maybe. Maybe a hot pink. I don't know. I have a lighter pink in here too. You know, I'm just on a pink phase. So they would kind of go together. I'll have to see when I get there. I mean, I could even do, that's kind of fun, something different. Anyhow, have lots of options. I probably will not use all these colors. I'm sorry, that's sprinkled in here for this project, but I will definitely use that for something. And I may even do a little stash dive if I want to introduce another color, but these theme packs are so fun. So anyway, so this is Christmas Bell, an Isabel Kramer pattern. Color work, yep. And there's not a lot of carries, probably more since I am using, like in this situation, there are going to be a few rows that I have 3 colors. But in this situation, this is one color. This is if it was the same color, you really wouldn't have to carry. But this is a different color, so than this one. So these I'll have to do some carrying. But right now, it's not a lot. Yeah, it's not a lot. So anyway, so that's Christmas Bell. Super excited about that one. Where do we want to go here? Let's start with. Well, I'll just grab them. This, I believe, is the Selwood top, and very similar to the Stromboli, right? This is Caitlin Hunter. Can you see the pattern pretty good? Yeah, you can see that pretty good. This is a sport weight. We didn't get a sport weight. We have some sport weight in the sale. This was some sport weight that I've had hanging around, and we are expecting some more in. This pattern is really addicting. There's, I think, it's a 4-row repeat. And there's just one of those rows that you were doing any of your lace work. Otherwise, you're just knitting. And of course, you've got these little sections of a slip stitch kind of situation, but you just do it all the way around. And I just love what's happening with this pattern. So it's really fun. I measured, I probably have a few more inches because it is bottom up. And the yarn I'm using, I'm pretty sure is non-superwash. So it's always interesting to see like how that's going to block out, but I think it's going to be good. I think the pattern calls for like 0 to 2 inches of ease. I don't do that, so I have a couple inches. I'm not going to say it's going to be really big, but anyhow, like I said, it's one of those that you have a pattern going on, a lace pattern, but you don't need the pattern with you necessarily. Like you're not looking at it every stitch or every repeat. So in that sense, it's kind of easy and addicting. So that's Selwood, S-E-L-L-O-W-O-O-D, Selwood. All right, did I show you? No, I haven't showed you that one yet. Let's go to my Miserina. So y'all remember my Miserina was not happy with what was happening, and when I even went back, I did something weird in the color work on those last couple rows. I went back and ripped it out, frogged it, as one says, and redid this bottom. I did use the ladder back jacquard, and there's a lot of room in there. I love it. I'm really happy I did it. And then I also decided, since I ripped it back, I'm trying to get to the back here, that I did the different pattern for the body. I decided to do the pearl pattern. Oh, you can see it pretty well, which just gives it some texture as opposed to the holes, the yarn overs, which is really lovely too. But I think since I already did it, I felt like, okay, I've done a sweater like that, and I ripped it out. So I decided to do the pearl version in the body. You can decide not to do anything in the body, right? Because the pattern is just a suggestion. So it's been fun. This time I'm not using all those markers like I was, because it doesn't matter if I mess up. If I didn't get a pearl in the wrong spot, it doesn't matter. So yeah, Miserina, a lot of fun. The color work was very simple, not a lot of carries. So that, to me, that makes it a simple color work where you're not having to worry about, am I carrying this yarn because I have 5 stitches and then I'm not using it for another whatever 5 stitches. That just makes more thinking. This one was pretty straightforward. So it's Miserina. This is also a Caitlin Hunter pattern. So I have 2 of hers going on. 2 of hers. Okay, let's talk about this one. Oh, this is Salty Air. Okay, I'm using for this, I'm using 29 Bridges. Lord, I got it all twisted. 29 Bridges merino linen. I think it's a single ply. I think is what she calls it. And it's lovely. It's a lovely fabric. I feel like I get the benefits of both fibers, the linen and the wool. And the pattern itself, can you see it? Yes, you can see it develop in there. Is Salty Air. I was going to try to pull it out, but I can see the pattern coming out. What am I trying to say? It is charted, but I think she has written instructions too. But this girl loves a chart, even with lace. So I do have my markers in this one. Again, I'm not very far. There were some short rows in it. I'm also a fan of German short rows, if you didn't know that, and I usually try to use them, even if it calls for something else. So Salty Air, again, this is 29 Bridges, linen wool. We have other colors in this, so check it out on our website, fuzzygoatyarns.com, and it's fun. And my bag smells really good. Smells like patchouli. Patchouli? Am I saying that right? Yeah. Which apparently is one of my favorite scents. I just didn't know that. Okay, and I know people can go one way or the other with that. I don't like it too strong, but all right. What else? Oh, I cast on this one too. So I have a few new casts on. So I think a couple of these are going to go faster than others. This is the Woodland. So this is the cardigan that we are going to be steeking. Cadence also has hers going. We were checking our gauges today, comparing, if we need to make any changes. I am starting to be a really big fan, if you can, of checking your gauge as you go. So this is done flat. Okay, as you can see right here, we're flat. We're doing the back. So I went ahead and started reading. I'm like, why am I going in the round? Because this is steeked, right? It's a cardigan that's going to be steeked, cut. So the back, I'm doing, I think I have maybe 2 inches here. The pink that you see is merely the provisional cast on, and each of the pink represents the shoulder, right? Each side, and this part is the neck. Again, it's the back. So I just knitting and purling, going back and forth for 7 inches. So from the back down, probably just past the armhole is my thought, right back there. Then it has you picking up one side and doing 1.5 inches or something on it, picking up and doing down, doing the other side, and then you join the fronts, right? And then that's where we'll put our steeking stitches, because I was kind of wondering, like, I don't understand, is this not steeked all the way? Anyway, so it is, and it'll start right here, and then we'll have, I think, 5 stitches that will be allocated to the cutting of the sweater. And then our color work is down at the bottom, if you remember. And the color work I'm gonna do is this color. So, and then this color, once we cut it, we pick up the button band and it goes around the neck, so this and on the bottom. So that'll be kind of my accent color. Again, this is called Woodland Cardigan. She also has, if you don't, you can also do this pattern and not cut it. She has in there how you can just do it in the round. And then I think she has another pattern, maybe it's for a child, but it's also called Woodland with the animals on the bottom. So that's cute. I think my thoughts are this probably will become a class as I get a little bit further. I think it's class worthy, and we all can bring scissors and just cut our knitting. Wouldn't that be fun? Okay, still going here, still going on my projects. I decided to cast this one on. I think I need to show you this one. I'm not sure if I showed it. I'm going to show you Salty Air since it's right here. Got to keep all my papers together. So this is the Salty. I know y'all have seen it before. Oh, got a glare there. Sorry about that. So it's a simple top down. It's just got basic lace work here on the yoke, and yeah, so that's it. That's the Salty Air that I'm using 29 Bridges yarn for. And then let's talk about this one. If I can find it. Yes, here it is. Keep it together. Yes. I'm pretty sure I showed you this one too. Obviously, I will be making mine a little longer, but this, I feel like it'll be a lightweight top. I am using Sweet Georgia Flax Light for this. You can use any lightweight fingering. I think the 29 Bridges Merino Linen Blend would be lovely for this too. Yeah, and there's just a little bit of a pattern at the bottom of the sleeve and the bottom, but I have a ways to go. But let me show you. Let me show you this one. I am using flaxen, but I think many of the yarns we have, summer yarns, would be lovely for this. I have used flaxen before, so that's why I wanted to use it again. We also have the Sanez Garn TYNN, which is a cotton linen viscose blend, so I think that would work too. But it is a fingering or a lightweight fingering is what I would suggest. So the neckline, I haven't done this in a while, is a fold over. So it took me some time and maybe some not good words. So you knit up, and then I would have rather done a provisional cast on and kept those stitches live. But my husband's telling me he's getting dizzy trying to keep up with my projects. Silly, silly, silly. So I think you knitted, I don't know, 2 inches or something, and you folded it over. And so you had, on one side you had live stitches, and the other side you were knitting into your bind on. So it just made it a little tricky. I think I would have rather had them live, you know. And she also suggests if you don't want to do that, you could do a ribbing. So that's the neckline. Let me show you here. You can see it's kind of thick. We'll see. Hopefully it's gonna be okay. So I basically have done my short rows. That was my goal, is to get through all my projects, all the short rows, which I love a short row. And I've done the increases for the front and the back. And now I'm getting ready. This is a shoulder right here. You see that? And now, or a sleeve, I should say. So the next section I'm in will be increases on the shoulder. This yarn is really lovely. It's Flaxen Light by Sweet Georgia. And I think we've got more coming in, but we still do have some. Anyhow, so yeah, that is that. Let's see what else. I appreciate y'all watching, and I have 51 of you all online right now. Okay, this is, oh, I meant to pull some yarn from the sale for this. This is Thea Coleman Baby Cocktail, and it still looks really wide, but when I measure it, y'all, it's not that wide. Like it's gonna be, I'm gonna have room in it, right? But it's not gonna be huge. Oh, I just lost the name of this. Grapefruit, oh my gosh, grapefruit pink lady. All right. I'm using, let me pull one out. This was a funny story. I'm using the Tyke Sanez Garn. It's the Tyke line, Tykkk. And we do have a bunch of different colors on this. It's a worsted weight. It's a cotton linen viscose blend. We also have in the sale some Earth worsted Once, O-N-C-E, like Once. It's a lighter weight worsted, but you could use it for this project. Several people were having a class on this, have picked some of those beautiful colors to do it in, so you could do that too. But the tyke is really what we had brought in for it, but you could use that if you wanted to find some sale yarn. But really, this is actually quite addicting too. The pattern happens, I think in a 10-row repeat, it happens twice at the bottom, otherwise you're just knitting. And they have these little, where is it? Like a side situation repeat, just to keep you honest. There's some purling on either side, right? To make sure you're paying attention. So it's going pretty fast. It's a fun one. So I was knitting on it, and I only had a couple balls in the bag, like a couple skeins. And I realized I finished the one I had in there, and I told my husband, oh my gosh, I need some more yarn. And he looked at me, his eyes must have gotten this big, like, more yarn. What I meant was more of this yarn that happened to be upstairs. But yeah, I think that's gonna be a good summer project. Yeah, Amy Bailey, stay cool. Yeah, I hope everybody's staying cool. It is a hot one out there. I think I just have 2 more to show y'all. Isn't that exciting? Oh, this is another one that I casted on. So I have had, oh Lord, this looks like a mess. I have had Alicia's yarn. This, I'm afraid to pull it out because it's her silk. And I've had a couple fights with it where it kind of, a bunch of it came off when I was knitting on it, and then it kind of knotted. The pattern is called Bluebell. I'm going to show you because it's a very simple pattern, raglan sleeve. And I picked it because I'm holding these yarns a double. You don't have to do that. Here it is right here. Maybe? Yeah, here it is. But Alicia had been here. She was using her yarns held double, and the fabric was just lovely. Again, it's her silk. But you could do this in any of the summer yarns that we have, and I think it would be lovely. It's supposed to be a lightweight fingering, a light fingering. But I think you could use the flaxen. You could use that tyne that I was talking about, would be lovely. Okay, so just holding this up like you can see, very basic raglan top, right? I think they might have used even a merino, but it is raglan, which I love. But again, I'm using double. It's always a little tricky, but it's a silk, and it's on I think I'm using an 8 or a 9, so it's kind of supposed to be a little open, right? Summer top. Here's my raglan. Again, had gotten past my short rows. This one, let's see. Yeah, my beginning of the round is over one of my shoulders. Oh, this is twisting. Okay. Is that right? That doesn't look right. Okay, I'm spatially being challenged right now. Okay, here we go. There we go. Okay. So it's like this. So I haven't gotten very far. I did read ahead, and for the neck, what they do is she does some crochet around the neck to finish it off. So, you know, I'm not a crocheter, so I'm up for the challenge. But this is Bluebell. Very simple pattern. Like I said, it's good for some summer yarn, some lightweight summer yarn. And it might even be cool here. I don't know. It's just ridiculous. But I have been inside, like I said, watching. Could you use that red color? I think you said Sandnes Garn. Is that what you're referring to? It's spelled S-A-N-D-N-E-S Garn, G-A-R-N. Yes. So that is what I'm using for the grapefruit pink lady. This one right here. Let me show you. And they come in little footballs. So Sandnes Garn. I know it's backwards, but. And the line is called TYKK. TYKK. So we have Sandnes Garn in worsted with wool and alpaca. But this line is the cotton linen viscose. We have it in a worsted weight and a fingering weight. I know that's a lot of information, but we're here to help you. We're here to help you. I tried to take notes on my lives too, so when you're like, talk about this and that, so that either Cadence or I could help you. Okay, I have one more to show you all. I'm so sorry, this is taking a long time. This one has just been fun. It's been fun. I had it. I actually thought about pulling it out, saving the yarn, but I decided, hey, I think this is kind of fun and I love my colors, so I did not. It's pieced together clearly. I think I'm going to do it sleeveless. She has, I think she calls it a tank top version. I think the armholes on that were way too big, so I think my plan is to do her pullover version and do not add the arms, right? I'm gonna do a crew neck. The other one I think the other option is a scoop neck. Anyway, so where I'm at right now is, you can see I'm doing these shoulders. I'm down to 2 colors because the 3 colors, although it's super fun, it's just a lot of yarn management. So I have I think it's gonna be long enough. I'm a little concerned about the width. So it's gonna be probably more of a fitted top because I measured. It's not blocked, so I measured it. I guess it's not that bad. I think it's gonna be fine. And then I'll do the back. I think the colors are in a different order, but they're not super fun. Like this is intarsia, a simple intarsia, because you carry here, switch, carry, switch. It's not, I don't have to worry about having more balls of each color. Sometimes you have to have that. But anyway, so this is called Moon Crush Pullover. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. That's all I have to share. Yeah, I will be here all week if I can help you. Oh my goodness, I hear rain. And that may affect my tennis match tonight. I hear rain. This sweater, I would recommend this sweater. This was so much fun. Extra light bright, so much fun. The split hem, I love it. You can have fun with it. I ended up going to my second color. I think she intended you to maybe stay in this color, but I felt like it cut at the point that maybe I should have done more of a fade, but I didn't. It's fine. Yeah, so anyway, thank you. Oh, my husband said that's it, so it was just a quick rain, so he's telling me it's not going to affect my tennis match tonight. Yeah, so please check out those kits online. They're super fun. And let me know if you're knitting something for the holidays. I say Christmas, but any holidays in the winter, and put it in here. Let us know what you're doing. I look forward to catching up with y'all next week. I will be here next week and maybe make some progress on these multiple projects I have going on. All right, y'all take care and let us know how we can help.